Guys, where are you? I thought you said we were training today.
Oh, we are. Again. 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 Pathetic. Pathetic. No points. Garbage game. Pathetic. Wrong. Again. He's learning. He's starting to believe. Yeah, you scored, but that's still a bad play. About time. Flawless victory.
Domino. I won, y'all! Hi guys! We're the Guys Beholder. Thank you so much for coming back. Today we are talking about how much fun we had playing Raccoon Tycoon, which is a game where you get to play as animals who are capitalists in industry. I'm smoking on my pipe right now.
That's how you smoke a pipe.
This is how you smoke a pipe. We used to smoke pipes.
Did used to smoke
we
pipes.
used to do the thing.
Tobacco for sure.
Tobacco,
Just
yes.
to point out.
Yes.
Not a lie either, so.
Where to begin? So let's talk about this game, where it came from, where they can find it, all that stuff.
Well, you can find it pretty much everywhere. It's an extremely popular game.
Awesome.
It's also a lot in like gaming cafes and stuff like that. I know that the wife goes to a coffee shop.
Oh, really?
A local coffee shop, and they have it on there. It's one of their kind of like introduction games.
Yeah, Barnes and Noble and stuff.
Barnes and Noble. That's where I got this copy. Was Barnes and Noble. You can get it on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Your local game store should have it. It's an extremely popular game.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Do we
You
know?
can also get it down below in the description. You'll see a link.
There's a link down below. And for all of the games that you watch us play, you'll go in the description down below. You go click the link. It will take you directly to Amazon, where you can buy this game and support the show.
Absolutely.
That would be really great.
I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, but who made this game? Do we know? Oh, it's produced by Forbidden Games. Did we do any research on this at all, or are we just going to talk about how we feel about it?
Let's talk about how we feel about it.
Let's just talk about how we feel about it. Okay, cool. There's that. So let's start
with the obvious thing. Mike won a game.
Yeah, that's my low point of this game.
If I had one con, it's that Mike could win.
At some point, I messed up enough to let him win.
So here's the
not
thing,
just you
guys.
messed up enough. I messed up.
I need to get a friggin' word in here and defend myself.
You can defend yourself all you want. Moral of the story
have been playing these games, yes, with my two best friends we've been focusing on this for over 6 months at this point, and I have only won once.
That is not true. We worked together to win in Horrified.
And in
Zombies.
And in Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
Sure, that's fair. Sure.
Yeah, we won as a team because
We worked together.
yeah, we were together.
It was extremely nice, and I was vibing, and I swear, if you go back and watch the play video and you just look at me and how intensely I'm just accepting all of the information around me, is like, I'm trying, I want to win so bad, like my heart's pounding, I can't focus right now. I'm really pleased with myself. Oh, I don't have my belt up, that's fine. You know,
And I will say this: I mean, the points look close at the end of the game, but it was not.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
He thoroughly trounced us, and it was a good job. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you guys. I appreciate
I
it.
did do well in every aspect.
Yes. Where once you were the student, you have now become the master.
Yes. Well,
For this one game.
For this one game.
Yeah,
That
for
is
this week.
that is something that I want to jump into. So you guys are joking. The low, your low is that I can win this game. My low is that in order to get to a point where you're good, you must play it more than once, and that sounds kind of redundant. Of course, you have to practice at anything in order to become good at it. But when you do play games at the level and the intensity that we do, generally speaking, even me, even though I can't beat these guys very often, I consider myself rather good at understanding mechanics and grasping on something quickly. This is something that I definitely had to play. Like, we played this at least 3 times beforehand.
We played this like 5 or 6 times.
5 or 6 times.
We went pretty hard on it. It's a great game.
It's pretty fun.
Just to fully grasp the... nuance is not the right word.
Minutia?
Minutia is not the right word. The ebbs and the flows within the game. Because it is this kind of living creature that you are reacting to, and it reacts to you, which we're going to talk about in a second. But in order to understand that, truly, you must play it more than once. That is my low, but also, I don't think that's a bad thing. Because, yes, you have to play the game more than once, but it also makes you want to play the game more than once.
It is a very addictive game.
It's a very addictive game. So, my low is that you have to practice to get good at it, but that's it.
Yeah, and I mean, we jokingly said that the low is that you can win, but I think this game is about as close to perfection as you can get. It's really good, you know, for what it is. I mean, obviously, there could always be more, but I think if you start adding more, you start losing
what it is.
Yeah, you start losing that aspect of what makes it special.
There's just enough going on.
Yeah, it's just simple enough that anyone can grasp relatively easy. I mean,
Right.
rulebook's 15 pages, super easy to kind of pick up and learn.
Right.
Especially if you go and watch something like a Turn 1 video that can kind of teach you how to play the game.
That may or may not be out by the time that this airs from this.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, things happen. Life happens.
Life happens.
It's weird, but it hooks you right away because it's like, I'm doing something and a thing's happening.
Yes. And that affects everyone around me,
Yeah.
no matter what. The game has been changed.
Yeah. Look at that capitalism at work.
Look at that capitalism at work.
But yeah, I mean, I legitimately just don't really have too much of a con.
No?
The only thing I would probably think of is,
Storage solution?
yeah. Actually, you know, that's a good point.
Yeah. So last time we played this game, before we came to this, it was Larry and I, like, we put everything back away in the box, and Tony has these little baggies to organize all of these mini tokens, and Larry and I put them in the box, and it's like, you know what, that's kind of like,
Good enough.
that's kind of good enough. We think that's
You
fine.
need one of those small part tackle box things.
Yeah,
and
or like kind of like the pill separators.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can put like a bunch of those.
Yep.
And then we closed it up, we put it away for however many months before we came back to shoot this, and we opened it and it was like, oh my god, the horrible mistake we've made.
Mistakes were made.
The mistakes were made.
And you can tell right away because when we go to put it up on the shelf back here, you turn it up and you just hear, and you're like, that's not the money. Oh, that's just all the money in the cards and the tokens going everywhere.
Yeah.
Feels bad.
Feels bad.
Man, what, Larry, do you have anything that you want
Bad stuff? No.
Bad stuff?
Nah, dog.
Yeah.
to... I mean, it
It's
checks all the marks.
Yeah.
I don't... Is that correct? Checks all the marks?
Yeah.
Sounds weird to me in my ears.
I mean, you could also say checks all the box.
yeah, that's what I think you should say.
Preferably boxes.
Yeah.
Boxes.
Because if it's all the box, it's one box, and that's easy to check. So
Yeah.
hopefully it's multiple boxes.
If it's just one box, it is. Check it.
And you've checked all
Yeah, you
of them.
checked it. 1 out of 1, 100%. Let's go.
Pass fail is still pass.
Exactly. C's get degrees, man. Let's go.
Yeah. So starting with you, Larry, what's the highs?
Simple pleasure of going sell, 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 and selling my stuff and sliding it down like a crazy stock market man going look how high these prices are. I crashed the market. Now I have the money. Yes,
Right.
That's literally it. That's,
Look at all you bag holders while I'm sitting here with all this cash. Let's go.
it's a good feeling.
It is, especially when you know that you dirted somebody
Yeah,
else.
you're like, look at this guy. He's got 5 of those over there.
I'm gonna sell these 3 just to screw him.
Right.
I don't even
Just
make
take
that
us
much
down
money,
one.
but screw him.
Worth.
That is something that I didn't get to do super often, but I saw you crash the market more than most anybody else.
I mean, that's what he likes about it.
Right.
Yeah.
And just bring it all the way down.
Like, I could have bought more towns. I'm like, no.
Right. I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Do I use these things to make towns? No, I use these things to make money.
Yeah. I'm gonna build off of that to go straight into my high, if you will. Oh wow! Why did I put finger quotes up?
Don't know.
Don't know. That made it
makes
weird.
makes it seem like you're kind of talking down to Larry for having a high.
Yeah. Well, moving on.
I guess we'll get Larry to do that.
When you finally win things, the board over here is the stock market, essentially, for all these different commodities. Larry loves making them go up and down, but it is that's a finer point of the larger point that this is an actual economic system that is constantly changing based on our actions and inactions. And because this is so reactive, it feels like it's alive. And it's so reactive that almost by the time you take your turn and it goes back around and it's your turn again, it's almost a different game. You have to change on a dime. You really can't stick to any plan at all, which has aggravated me in other games that we've played. But they take that chaos and they put a lasso around it and they just take it for a joyride and bring you along with it. It's beautiful, in my opinion.
That was well spoken. I
Thank
appreciate your chaos lassoing metaphor.
Yeah,
It was pretty swell.
pretty all over the place. But
Chaos with a
chaos
lasso around it.
with a lasso around
And
it.
we went for a ride.
Yep.
So thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you. You're welcome. You can keep that one.
Oh,
And you too.
I don't think he'll use that.
Nah.
No? Okay.
I kind of spaced.
Michael was talking, and I was just like, you know what? I need to think about the next time I'm going to play a game and how I'm going to make sure he doesn't win.
I would say that my high, now I'm not going to talk down about your highs and lows, I'll keep it real with you.
Oh my goodness.
I appreciate the fact that, yes, every single turn is going to be different and you're going to be experiencing new things, but you can still build a plan and play around it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like this time, I went last in the tournament, so going last, I was like, oh, I'm just going to buy this feat. Next turn, I'll know no one have money. I can do an auction right away and get some free points.
Mm-hmm.
Look at what's out there. Top dog. Boom, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Like whatever the highest one was, you can just go for it and you can kind of like, you can plan a turn ahead, but you have to be fluid with it, right? So you have to be like, okay, this is what my goal is, and you put it in loose quotes, and then you just kind of constantly build off of that, off of what is happening to you.
Yeah, you've
It's
got to be like, water. Bruce Lee right there.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, is that really what that?
Yeah, it's a
realize
quote
what-
from Bruce Lee. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like water, my friend. Water can crash. Water can flow. It takes the shape,
form
the
of
form
its-
of whatever
Its
shape.
container.
Yeah.
Yeah. Neat. Look at that.
So
Cool. I just learned something there. Man, I feel good now. Thanks, guys.
yeah.
Gotta learn one good thing a day. But yeah, I enjoy the fact that you just kind of get the chance to interact with people without being directly confrontational, right? It's one of those things that like, yes, I am going to sell this some. Now you're going to have to wait or do something else with your things that are worth nothing. And just because you get that interaction,
Right.
and you know that this is worth nothing now, well, now I can use that to buy a town or do something else, right?
Yeah. If you guys had to give, I want to talk about what you said more, but it's really well said. And
Thank you. Yeah.
I want to have a conversation more about it, but I have another point I would like to bring up. If you guys had to give a pro tip to somebody who's playing this game, what would it be?
Don't just go wee. You gotta buy towns at some point.
Yes.
And preferably, so buying early is good.
Yeah.
But like I bought early and then just kind of went
Stopped.
wee,
Yeah.
which was the problem. So
You had too
I
much
probably
fun with the
should have
slabs.
kept doing it.
I mean, there are ways to make that work for you.
Yeah, but there are fewer.
Uh-huh.
These are for sure points.
Right.
For
And
sure.
I
These are
had
for sure
money,
points.
and then when I had
Yeah.
money, I was like, why am I buying railroads? I didn't. So
Yeah, I have no idea why you let me win so many auctions in a row. You just stopped. And I was like, okay, fine. Like I don't care if I go broke. I need the points.
And he had all these towns already, so he's like, I'm getting 2 points literally each time I win one of these.
Yes. And that's another pro tip is unless you have the bank, which the bank gets you how many points per how many dollars?
it's only one per $20.
One per $20. Money literally comes and goes. Spend it. Use this to get as many.
Buy.
To spend your dollars on buildings to get you more commodities so you can buy towns or so you can buy railroads.
Says the man that can get 5 commodities right off rip. Okay.
Yeah.
I had the money
It worked.
to buy the
Just
thing
so
to
happened.
get me more commodities right off rip. Money is not points unless you have the bank card, and even then, it's not that many points.
It's really not.
Buy your buildings, buy your railroads, buy your towns. That's how you're gonna win the game. That's how the game ends.
My pro tip is, one, remember what other people have. Because we both forgot that he had the thing that lowered it by 1.
That I had the building. What's it called? Do we know?
I don't know, you put everything away.
Brickworks.
Yeah, Brickworks.
It's called Brickworks that lowers the cost of towns by 1.
Yeah.
And I had the last town that was on the board. You could pay 8 of any commodity to get the town. I had exactly 7 commodities, so I was able to buy the last town and end the game. And cinch it. Win it. What? Do you want to keep that nice and tall and straight and perfect? So, what do we all think about this, guys? Do we all approve? Larry, do you approve of
Yep.
Raccoon
Actually,
Tycoon?
I do have a second pro tip as well.
Okay.
Something else I just want to talk about. Larry talked about buying towns early. If you're going to buy towns early, incorporate it into your core plan.
Yeah, because then you need the railroads to go with it.
You need the railroads to go with it. You need the governor's mansion to give you the +1 points
Yeah.
per town to give you the extra boost at the beginning. Otherwise, because the first couple times that we played
They're
it,
only worth like 2 points a pop,
Yes.
and they're rough.
yes, the first couple times that we played this, Mike went extremely hard on the buying towns early. And
But that's all I focused on, is
that
I
was
was
the
just
only thing that
buying
you focused
towns
on. Yeah.
to stress them out and get them to hopefully make a mistake. It didn't work. This time, I was patient and
played it cool.
I played it cool and I changed my plan. I never thought ahead. I just never. I waited until it was my turn. I looked at what I could do, if I could get a lot of money, if I could get a lot of commodities, if I could buy a building, buy a town, or buy a railroad.
Don't think, just do.
Don't think, just
Don't
do,
think,
man.
just do.
You can't sit on it.
Yeah. But yeah, you can also ignore towns at the beginning and just build up, and then go like really hard at the end of the game for it. And you can, like, if you get 2 4-pointers and 2 5-pointers, and then you get the railroads that to match up with it, you're essentially like you're way above someone that spent the entire beginning
Yeah.
like dawdling around. That was my one regret. I went too hard on towns at the beginning.
Yep.
But I also felt really behind because this guy was making 6 things a turn. So I'm like, this is the only way to get back into it for me. So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That sounds.
what do you got?
I like it.
Got a thumbs up for it? Awesome. I also highly approve of this game. Not just because I won.
Just because you won.
Not just because I won.
Crazy that this is the first game in like months that you're like really like ham on, and it's the one that
Whoa!
you won.
Just give a thumb or not, man.
Alright, 3 out of 3 guys approve. That's a great rating. Go buy this game. You can go
It's
link
fantastic.
down in the bio. Click on that link and purchase the game, support the show. We'd really appreciate it. We don't have much to talk about, guys. Just that, thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Good night. Bye.